Welcome to tonight's battle between the Northeastern Cougars and the Saranac Chiefs from Northeastern Clinton Central School in Champlain. The Cougar Sports Network presents Champlain Valley Athletic Conference High School Varsity Soccer. For the Cougar Sports Network, I'm Ian Lapierre, joined on the broadcast by Ryan Armstrong. The Cougars just came off a huge overtime win against Beekmantown Tuesday. Saranac was defeated by Beekmantown 4-1 earlier in the season, so look for the undefeated Cougars to be the favorite in this matchup tonight. We'll be back with the opening kickoff and the start of tonight's Section 7 Class B soccer match up between the Saranac Chiefs and the Cougars of Northeastern. You are watching the Cougar Sports Network in cooperation with Hometown Cable. Welcome back to the contest. Ryan, what do you think the Chiefs should do to try to stop the undefeated Cougars?
The Cougars being very, very fast team, they're going to have to pass quickly and keep passing good around the defenders. They aren't going to be able to kick it to the side and beat them in the run game. And here we go.
Saranac with the ball. Velasco kicks it over. Jeanette kicks it out. Over to... who is it? Number 15 of the Cougars. And it goes off from number 18, Tony Dubray of the Chiefs. Throw in by the Cougars. Andy Matak tries to get it, misses it. Number 6 has the ball. Kicked out by Jeanette. Over to Weiss. Weiss tries to give it to Velasco. Changelo gets it. Number 11 of the Chiefs defending. Kanik. Number 18 now with the ball. Boots it up. And then kicked out by Jeanette. Velasco puts it to the side and then kicked out. Number 4 gets it. Bowen and then kicks it out. White throw in by Andy Matat. Throws it into his brother. His brother misses. Velasco now with the ball. Doesn't move. Another one. Crosses it. Nice cross to Changelo, but too soft.
Cougars doing a great job right now. They're passing back, giving it to their back people, and making them look for the open people, and it's working well as of now.
Big boot by the Saranac goalie, Cody Russell, who is a pretty big kid. Number 5 now with the ball, Milo Marnes. Booted up to number 6, Jansen. Over to Velasco. Kicked out by the Chiefs. Chris Matat now with the ball. Takes it to the sideline. Gives it to Chris Guerin. Over to Velasco. Brings it into the Saranac zone. Over to Changelo. Changelo cuts in the middle. Takes a shot, but just wide.
Great passing here by the Cougars. They're getting nice through balls, and they're getting good shots off here early in the game.
Saranac goal kick. Kicks it in the middle. Put back in by Andy Matat. Over to Velasco. Feeds it to Weiss through the middle. And it's kicked out by Saranac. Booted to the sideline. Velasco gets it again. Crosses it to the middle. Just wide. Another goal kick for Saranac. What do you think of the exchange student that Cougars have?
Seems to be a great pickup here for the Cougars. He's very quick on his feet. He makes great moves, and he's getting wide open. And he's finding his teammates when they're open, and he's getting good shots off. So a great pickup here for the Cougars.
Like they needed any more talent. Chris Guerin on the sideline with number 11 defending. Kanik. Jeremy Jeanette now has the ball. Brings it to the sideline again. Cuts back in. Gives it to Chris Matat. Feeds it through to Velasco. Velasco takes it back. Gives it to Jeanette. Kicks it up to Changelo. But headed back in by number 4, Bowen. Matat now gets the ball with a nice move. Brings up the sideline. Tries to feed it to Weiss. Weiss feeds it to Velasco on the side. Does a nice move. Changelo with a nice move, excuse me. Kicks it across, but it hits the side of the net.
So far, it's a one-sided game. Cougars got it down there. They're getting good shots off. They're doing what needs to be done right now.
Another goal kick for Saranac. Already had 3. Changelo now with the ball. Brings it to the sideline. Looks to do a move. Goes off number 10. Jenks of Saranac. Throw in by Changelo. Gets it back. Brings it to the corner. Crosses it. And knocked out by Saranac. Now to the other side. Cougars now with the ball. Go to cut it in, but kicked out by Saranac. Matat with the head. Saranac now has the ball. A shot by Chris Matat right into the goalie. Cody Russell now with the big foot. 15 now heads it into the zone. Thompson. Chris now has the ball. Chris Matat. Kicks it to the sideline to number 15. And out of bounds. It was a throw in Saranac, but a sub comes in. It will be number 15, Connor Thompson. Throw in now. Then kicked out by Chris Matat. Number 4 kicks it in now. Bowen. Casey Guerin with the ball with number 15, Thompson on him. Jeanette gets it. Kicks it to the sideline to Velasco. Tries to kick it back, but kicked back in by the Chiefs. 12 with the ball now. Guerin with a nice play there to keep the ball from going in. And another nice play. Kicks it into the face of Milo.
Good defense there by the Cougars. One guy gets beat, the other 2 are there. They collapse back and they recover for each other, and that's working really well for them.
Goal kick by Casey Guerin. Reaches half field, headed by Changelo. Weiss goes to get it, gets tripped up, then kicked out by the Chiefs. Saranac with the ball now. Looks to bring it in. Number 6 doesn't move, but taken away by Chris Matat. Matat goes to give it to Weiss, but knocked down by number 4, Bowen. Weiss with the ball again, gives it to Velasco. Velasco with a nice feed and a shot just over the net.
Great job there once again by the Cougars. Great passing. Get it around the defense. Nice through passes. They get good looks, and it's only a matter of time before some of those will start falling for them.
This will be the 4th goal kick for the Chiefs. Booted right in the middle. Brought in by Andy Matat. Matat still with the ball and then kicked out. Headed by 12. Burvilles. Throw in now for the Cougars on the side. Chiefs now with the ball. Taken by number 15 for the Cougars. Chris Matat now with the ball. Velasco with a shot. Oh, and a nice save. But it's put in by, that looked like Nate Weiss. A nice shot by Velasco. Up high and then knocked up by the goalie and goes right down to Weiss.
Well, you could tell it wasn't going to be long. They were peppering the goalie, and one just happened to go their way, and they were right there to knock it in. Good shot by Val, and a good follow-up by Nate Weiss to knock that little easy tap-in.
A nice shot by Velasco, and had the open net for Weiss.
Cougar goal scored by number 8, Nate Weiss, assisted by number 5, Alvaro Velasco.
So that's a goal for Weiss, and with assist by Velasco. Saranac now with the ball, and Velasco gets it again. Cuts back to the middle.
Yeah, so far both Anthony Changelo and Velasco doing a great job in the middle. They're getting free, and there you go again. Another goal for Northeastern.
Goal! Anthony Changelo with some sweet moves to the middle, and puts it in left-footed. Both Changelo and Velasco have nice moves to get through, and it doesn't look like the Chiefs are going to stop them.
And I was just in the middle of talking about him and Al, and there they go again. They're just doing a great job in the middle for Northeastern. They're freeing up their wings. When the wings are open, they hit the wings, and they take good shots, and they get their whole team good looks at the goal.
That was a goal by Changelo, assisted by Corey Tremblay. Saranac now looking to do it again. Last time, Velasco did a nice job getting the ball and bringing it up, and a quick goal by the Cougars. Jenks now with the ball, and it's booted out by Jeanette. Over to Weiss. Weiss feeds it to the Velasco, or Changelo, excuse me. Then booted out by the Cougars.
I can't even tell you what Saranac is doing wrong right now. Northeastern has just controlled the ball the whole time. Saranac's not getting the touches and the looks. Northeastern just doing a great job at keeping control of the ball.
And Casey Guerin's done a nice job when the Chiefs have got down there of getting it out. Throw in to number 5, Milo Marnes. Marnes now with the ball. Cross it to the middle and saved by Sample.
And because of Northeastern's speed all the way through the field, both defense and offense, the only way that Saranac has a chance right now is to do very quick passing and just do what the Cougars are doing right now.
White throw in, Changelo to throw it in. Throws it over to Weiss. Weiss brings it down the line, gives it back to Changelo. Changelo crosses. And headed in by the Cougars, who are now up already 3-0. That goal looked like it was scored by Chris Matat.
Cougars just putting the ball where it needs to be. They're putting it across the middle. Goalie touches it or just knocks it there. They got their other teammates there to just tap it in. They're just doing everything right so far here early in this game.
The Chiefs are going to have to do something quick to have to stop these Cougars.
Well, with only 10 minutes gone in this first half, the Cougars have now jumped ahead to a 3-0 lead.
And that goal was by Chris Matat. Chiefs now with the ball again. And again, the Cougars bring a quick rush up through the Saranac zone. But there'll be a push on the Cougars. Chiefs now to kick it. Looks like number 7's going to take it. Boots it to the side. Headed out by Velasco. Kicked back in by the Chiefs, but it's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick for Saranac. Number 6 is going to take it. Jansen, this will be the first corner of the night. Chiefs are going to look to try to get a goal here quick because they're going to have to rebound.
That's definitely right there, Ian. They got to score quickly here. Being down 3-0, it's hard to stay in the game, but as early as it is right now, they are definitely not out of this game, and a quick goal here would be good.
They definitely have time to score, but a goal definitely would help them feel a little better, sit a little better in their stomachs too. Tremblay now with the ball, but kicked out, and it's going to be a throw-in by Jansen. Headed out by the Cougars. Velasco with the ball, brings it to the side with a nice move again, gives it to Matat. Tremblay now with the ball, throws it in quick, but it's a red throw-in. The Chiefs throw it in. Jeanette now with the ball, gives it back to Guerin, and Guerin kicks it out, but kicked back in quickly by the Chiefs. Pass to Chris Matat. Chris Matat brings it to the left side. Gives it to Chris Guerin. Guerin gives it to Jeanette. Jeanette tries to give it to Velasco and stopped by 15 Thompson, but he kicks it out. Guerin now to throw it in.
Cougars playing like a stopper defense where they got Casey Guerin laying back, and he's just helping all his players, or his 2 defenders in front of him, just help get back, and that seems to be working really well for the Cougars.
That and their high-powered offense is really helping out. But now it's brought in by the Chiefs down the sideline. A nice one-man effort by number 7. Goes to cross it or shoot it, but it's wide anyway. So it'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Casey Guerin to take the kick. Not a good kick. Headed back in by the Cougars, or by the Chiefs. Nick Bayshore tries to head it out, but it hits the Chiefs, and then kicked out again. Now with Corey Tremblay on the right side with the ball, cuts in, brings it to the middle, gives it to Velasco, and Velasco with a nice backwards pass to Nate Young, or Nate Weiss, excuse me. Chris Guerin now with the ball, then kicked out by Casey Guerin. Changelo with the ball. Now the Chiefs have it, and Changelo to throw it in as the Cougars bring in 5 subs.
Cougars just aren't doing anything fancy with the ball. They're just passing, hitting their open people. No one's taking care of the ball too much, and they're just doing a great job right now.
Besides for Velasco and Changelo with their fancy moves, the Cougars are just playing good soccer. Throw in now by number 20 for the Cougars. Jordan Marks to throw it in now. Throws it in to another player. He keeps it on the sideline. Cuts back in. Then kicked out by number 18. It'll be another throw in. Dubry kicked it out. Throw in now by Matat. Matat throws it into the middle. And quickly grabbed by Russell. Cougars still doing a nice job putting the pressure on, even though up 3-0, they're not going to slow down. Good boot by Russell. Headed by the Chiefs. Now Jeanette now has it. Chris Matat tries to do a move. Brings it to the sideline. Out of bounds, be a red throw-in. Number 6 to throw it in. Jansen. 2 subs now coming in for the Chiefs. Looks like number 11, Kanek, and, well, I can't see the other one. Thrown in to number 12, Pat Vero, headed out by Casey Guerin. Now on the sideline, number Jeremy Jeanette with number 12, Vero on the sideline.
One other big advantage for Northeastern right now is they got a 3-goal lead, which is a pretty decent lead in soccer, so they can take some of their better players out, replace them with some subs, and keep fresh feet on the field at all times. And when the starters are ready, they can easily be put right back in.
Cougars with a lot of depth on their team, so even with their subs, they can still do pretty good compared to most teams in the CBAC. Casey Guerin now with the goal kick to the far side. Andy Matat now with the ball. Or, excuse me, Max Melhot with the ball. Throw in now by the Cougars. Throws it back to Jeanette. Jeanette now to cross it. Kicked out by the Chiefs. Chiefs now with a rush coming up. Couple man the beat with a nice cross in the middle. Number 12 has the ball, shoots it low. Pat Fairville on the break, but just not enough on it to get past Sample.
A good little run right there for Saranac. They got the ball to the middle, and they got a decent shot off right there.
That was a good opportunity for the Chiefs. If they can get 3 more of those with 3 goals, that would be a lot nicer. Seriously? Number 4 boots it out to number 6. Another cross to the middle. Jenks has it. Or, excuse me, Verville tries to give it to Jenks, but then kicked out again by the Cougars. 6 has it, Jansen. Jansen brings it to the sideline. Goes across it, but there's a penalty now. Be an indirect kick for the Chiefs. Oh, it's a direct kick for the Chiefs. Excuse me, number 10 is going to take it. Jenks. Or excuse me, number 6 is going to take it. Martin Jansen. Puts it on net. Oh, just a little bit wide.
Saranac's starting to do a little better job here towards the end of this first half of the first half. They're getting it down more in the Cougar end, getting some more shots off, and they're just giving themselves more chances now, just like the Cougars did to start off this first half.
Goal kick now by Casey Guerin. Another short kick to the sideline. Brought in by the Chiefs. Mike Nansen. But now the Cougars with another rush on the side. Max Melha with the ball. Does a nice move to cut in the middle. Brings it right in front of the net. But it's saved by Russell. Russell already with 3 shutouts on the year. It'll be a Cougar throw in now to Jeanette. Jeanette gives it back with a cross to the middle. And it's out of bounds. Goal kick for the Chiefs.
Well, with almost 20 minutes left in this first half, the Cougars still on top, 3-0.
Andrew Southwick now with the ball. Brings up the middle. Tries to do a move, but stopped by the Chiefs. Brought back in by 6 Jansen. Jansen brings it back. Kicks it through the middle to number 10, Jenks. Jenks now with the ball. Looks to put a shot on net. No, crosses over the net. Nice shot by Jenks there. Be a goal kick for the Cougars. 21-23 left in the first half. Cougars are up 3-0. Casey Guerin kicked the ball. Kicks it to the middle again. Headed back by the Chiefs. Then kicked back in. Chris Matat now with the ball. Goes to bring it in, but stopped by number 11, John Kinnick. Jeremy Jeanette now has the ball. Goes to kick it out. Brought back in by the Chiefs. Number 18, Tony Dubray with the ball. Chris Matat takes it. Doesn't move. Puts it to the sideline. A feed to number 6 of the Cougars. Brought to the sideline by the Chiefs. And kicked out. But it goes to Jordan Marks. To Chris Guerin, the Matat. Matat tries to keep it in, but goes out. Be a red throw-in. Going to be thrown in by number 14, Andrew Williams. Williams throws it in on the side. Between the legs of Kanik. Kanik does another move, gets a break, and then kicked out by Guerin. Matat now has the ball to Marks. Marks cuts back, gives it to Guerin. Guerin gives it to Matat. Cougars doing a nice job of passing the ball around.
Cougars doing a great job right now, just hitting those little short passes. That'll tire the defense out, and they'll have open lanes, and they're doing a great job right now at that.
Matat now with the ball in the middle. Gives it back to Bayshard. Bayshard boots it up. Max Melhot with the ball, but it goes out of bounds. Going to be a throw-in now for the Chiefs. Chiefs should look to try to get at least 1 goal by the end of the half. Jeanette now kicks it up. Jenks brings it into the 18-yard. Headed out by Melhot and then booted back in by the Chiefs. Jenks goes to head it and Guerin heads it out. Headed back in by Bowen. And then Jansen boots it back in to the side as Bearville chases. Bayshard now with the ball, takes it away. Bearville gets it again, and Guerin kicks it out. And loses his shoe at the same time.
Casey Guerin doing a great job right now as Cougars' main defender. He's really keeping the ball out of the zone, giving the defenders not the greatest looks they would want to have at the goal. And he's being helped by his other 2 defenders greatly, but he's really stepping up right now for the Cougars.
Chiefs now bring in 4 subs, probably look for a change of pace, and they throw it in. 20 heads it out to number 4. Cody Gay rushes to try to get it, but it's booted back in by Saranac. Nick Bayshard now puts it to the side. Andrew Matat kicked it out, so it's Chiefs throw in. Chiefs throw it in, but taken by Chris Matat and brought up on the sideline. Booted up again. Melhot chasing. Chiefs now with the ball, but Melhot takes it away, looks for a shot across the middle, And Russell goes and dives out and takes it away. But Cody Gay with a shot. Saved again. And now it gets booted out by the Chiefs.
Cougars going hard at the ball right now. They've got a few goals off that so far, so they're really doing a good job going hard at the goalie. And you never know, he might make a mistake, and if they're right there, it's an easy tap in for him.
Cougars showing no sign of letting up. Goal kick again for the Chiefs. Looks like number 3 or number 4 taking it. Can't tell. 15 now with the ball. Gets to the sideline to number 5, Marnes. Marnes gives it up to Nansen on the side. Goes to bring it in, but kicked out, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Cougars, as now the Cougars bring back in some more starters.
Saranac trying to hustle as much as they can, but they're just finding themselves swarmed because the Cougars are just so fast that they're sending 2 guys, they're right on them in a hurry, and they're having a tough time finding their defenders and just beating the men in pure speed down the line.
This Cougar team does have a lot of speed, and booted out by Guerin for the goal kick. Bayshard now has it. Kicks it up, but it's blocked and brought back in by number 8. Cuts into the middle, but Sample gets it. Punted by Sample to Changelo. Velasco now with the ball. Does a nice job taking the ball to the middle. Feeds it to Matat. Matat now. Matat looks to give it to the middle. Gives it to Velasco. Velasco takes it in. Velasco does a nice job of keeping the ball and not losing it. Whoa, with a nice feed to Matat. Taken up now by the Chiefs.
Wow, Velasco's showing some moves there. All I know is I find him very fun to watch. He's a great player. He doesn't hog the ball. He hits the open men, and he's just a fun player to watch out there.
Very entertaining to watch. Don't usually get to see around here players with a lot of moves. Cougar Chiefs now have the ball. Go to kick out of their zone. Taken by number 13, Corey Davison. Chris Matat now with the ball. Goes back. Mars now has it. Davison. Taken away by the Chiefs. Gives it in to number 13. 15, excuse me, Thompson.
Good break there for the Northeastern Cougars as Thompson, the leading scorer for Saranac, just had a great look at the net and unfortunately wasn't able to get a good foot where he wanted it.
Connor Thompson with 3 goals and 3 assists on the season for a total of 9 points. Why is it not 9 points, Ryan?
Soccer's a little different than hockey as the goals count as 2 points and not 1. So if you look in the papers, you'll see a lot of points for soccer players, and it'll seem strange at first, but compared to hockey, that's how it works out.
It's a sideline, and it's out of bounds on white, so it's going to be a throw-in for the Chiefs. Chiefs now bringing 2 subs. .14-10 left. Cougars up 3-0. Thrown in by the Chiefs. Todd now with the ball. Brings it in. Chris Matat now with the ball with number 6, Jansen chasing. And it goes off on Jansen, so it's going to be a white throw-in. As they got a little tangled up on the sideline. Guerin's the throw it in. I guess it was an indirect kick for the Cougars. Thrown in by the Chiefs. Velasco with the ball. Or Changelo. Goes to cross it and it goes off the Chiefs defender. Williams throws it in. Davison now with the ball, kicks it up. And Bowen kicks it out. Dangerous kick by Andy Matat. So it's going to be an indirect kick for the Chiefs. Takes the shot, but it's wide. Goal kick for the Cougars. Guerin to take it. Casey Guerin to take it. 12:32 left. Cougars are still up 3-0. Guerin with a kick. Went out of bounds, so it's going to be a red throw-in. Throws into the middle. And he gets the ball. Kicked at him, and then it hits his hand. Direct kick for the Chiefs. Jansen to kick it. Puts it into the middle and booted out by the Cougars. Jansen with the ball. Stanton has it. And then Velasco takes it. And goes to get it out. But it's taken away by the Chiefs.
Northeastern's starting to get a little sloppy here. They're playing with it a little bit too much and way too far in their zone to be playing with it. And Saranac's coming away with some good looks, and they're doing a better job taking advantage of Northeastern's mistakes now.
Chendrell now with the ball. Brings it into the Chiefs' end, over to Weiss. Weiss chases, but Russell gets to it first. Russell now to punt it. Into the middle, headed by Stanton. Guerin gets a little push in the back from Connor Thompson. Jansen boots it up, off Thompson's head and out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Chris Matat to throw it in. Throws it in to Velasco. Head into the middle. Changelo now. Velasco now has the ball. To the middle. Trips up. Tries to bring it in the middle again. Now it's out of bounds on the Cougars. Red throw in. 10:24 left. Throw it for the Chiefs. Thompson throw it in. And now number 6 is going to throw it in, Jansen. Throws it back and then kick back to him, but it goes out of bounds. Weiss now to throw it in. Throws it into Velasco. Velasco gives it to Chandler, back to Velasco. Takes it in the middle, shoots. Just a little bit over the net. 9:42 left in the first half. Goal kick for Saranac.
It almost seems like Velasco and Tony Chandler are the same people out there. They both got great footwork, and they work together in the middle very well, and they're both playing extremely well this game.
Chandler now with the ball. Kicked out by Saranac. Throw in for the Cougars. Giving them a tot. Chandler now with the ball. Crosses it. Goes off a Chiefs defender. Corner now for the Cougars. Matat to take it. Chris Matat with the corner. Headed out by the Chiefs. Booted back into the middle, but then booted out again. Verville now with the ball. Gives it to 6. Thompson gets it. Tries to take it to the middle, but it's booted out by Davison. Now kicked out by 6 Jansen, and Chris Guerin to throw it in. Throws in the Weiss over his head. Chandler now with the ball on the far side. And it goes off Cougars, so it'll be a Chiefs throw-in. 8:11 left in the first half. Chiefs bringing 2 subs.
Saranac being down 3 goals, staying still very aggressive in this game. They're starting to double team the ball a little more here, and it's put more pressure on the Northeastern Cougars, and they're getting a little more turnovers here.
Shot over the net by the Cougars. Goal kick for Saranac. Saranac brings in another sub for Thompson. Number 3 comes in. Or, excuse me, number 1, Betts. Andy Matat now heads it, kicks it back into the zone, taken by the Chiefs. Seems like the pace of the game has slowed down just a bit since earlier in the first half, don't you think?
Could be the Cougars are just slowing down, playing more of a defensive game, got a 3-0 lead. Don't really have to go as hard at the net, and they're just keeping the ball down at the Saranac end and just kind of staying laid back and just playing more of a prevent.
Chris Matat now with the ball, goes to bring it in, taken out by the Chiefs, but gets it back. Tries to do a move, runs into a Chiefs defender. Velasco now with the ball, brings it to the left side, looks to cross, passes to Matat, but taken away by the Chiefs. Velasco now with the ball again, gives it to Andy Matat, and then booted out by the Chiefs again. Weiss goes to get it. Weiss gets it, tries to do a move. Garrett now gets it, gives it back to Weiss. Weiss heads it into the middle to Changelo. Matat now gets it. Does a move, brings it, taken by the Chiefs, and gets it back. Garrett now has it. Garrett brings it into the middle. Chris Matat gets it, crosses to Velasco. Velasco with the ball, takes it into the middle. Goes to shoot, but taken away by the Chiefs. Jansen now with the ball, brings it up. Davison gets it, gives it back to Matat. Matat with the ball. Gives it to Weiss. Weiss gives it to Changelo. Changelo brings it into the middle. Taken out again by the Chiefs defender. And then kicked out.
And there's about 5 minutes left in the first half. The Cougars 3 and the Saranac Chiefs still scoreless.
Crossed by the Cougars. Too far to the other side. Corey Tremblay now with the ball. Looks to bring it in to cross it. Cuts back to the outside. Brings it into the middle. The Chiefs get it again and boot it out. Or look to boot it out and then kept in by the Cougars. Goes out of bounds off the Cougars and it's going to be a Chiefs throw-in by number 7, Meckin. 4:45 left in the first half. Throw-in by the Chiefs. Taking by number 13. Taken out by the Chiefs, but Velasco gets it. Cuts back in, gives it to Matat. Gives it to Weiss on the outside. Goes to kick in the middle, goes off a Chief, and it's going to be a Cougar throw-in.
Velasco making the Saranac defense look silly there as he just schooled 3 people.
Throw-in for the Cougars. Changewell throws it in. Velasco has it, tries to cross it. Taken by the Chiefs. Changewell gets it back. Takes it into the middle, crosses it to Andy Matat, and booted out by number 7. Corey Tremblay tries to bring it back in, but it goes out of bounds. Chiefs throw in again.
Cougars might be getting a little more tired, or I don't know what the case is, but they're not hitting those short, easy passes, and they're not getting as good of looks as they did early in the game. And Saranac's getting a little more opportunities now, but the Cougars still doing a good job keeping it down at the other end.
Dunker gives it to Betts, and it goes out of bounds off Chris Guerin. Betts throws it in. The 10, Jenks. Jenks brings it down the sideline. Guerin gets a penalty, so it's going to be an indirect kick.
Cougars not playing dirty soccer here. They're playing hard, and they're getting called for some unaccidental trips.
Jansen now with a direct kick. Crosses into the middle. Headed by the Chiefs. Bayshard kicks it out. Put back in the middle by the Chiefs again. And then it's booted out. Andy Matat kicks it up. Kept in by the Chiefs. Boots it back into the net. And Sample gets it. Sample now throws it to Weiss. But number 8, Brittle keeps it in. Or excuse me, number 9, Sneal. On the far side, goes off the Cougars, and it's going to be a Chiefs throw-in. 2:04 left in the first half. Score is 3-0. Thrown in. Guerin heads it out. And then kicks it out. Number 2, Cross gets it now and kicks it out. Changelo on the far side with the ball. Does a nice move to get to the outside. Brings it into the middle. And it's kicked over the net by Jeanette. Cougars have had a lot of chances this game. Made good on 3 of them. Score is 3-0. There's still 1:22 left in the first half. Cougars now bring the ball back in the Chiefs zone. Taken out by the Chiefs. And kept in by the Cougars. Cougars kick it back in. Changelo now with the ball in the middle. Gives it to Velasco. Velasco doesn't move again. Shoots it. Saved by Russell. Russell now punts it. Jansen with the ball, but kicked out by Guerin again. Andy Matat with the ball in the middle. Cuts into the middle. Gives it to Jeanette. Jeanette tries to give it to Velasco, but taken away by number 4, Bowen. To the far side, number 12, Verville. Gives it to Jeanette. Jeanette gives it up to Andy Matat. To Velasco in the middle. Gives it to Nate Weiss on the far side. And then gets booted out by Cross.
As we wind down in the final seconds of this first half, Cougars fought tough in this one, and they got the well-deserved 3-0 goal here. Perhaps the huge overtime win against Beamantown Tuesday has carried over into this game because they came out flying here early in the game, and they got an early jump here on the Saranac Chiefs. As we get ready for the second half, we'll be back.
We're back for the start of the second half. Cougars are up 3-0. Chiefs are going to try to look to get a quick goal here.
Cougars looking to come out firing like they did in the start of the first half. They did a nice job. Nothing really they didn't needed to work on. They hit the great passes and they just moved the ball well.
That'd be something if they got 3 goals in the first 10 minutes again. As the Chiefs bring it into the Cougar zone, probably only the 5th time the whole game. Thompson kicks it to the middle. Taking by number 5, Marnes, but it's out of bounds.
One thing I noticed is about the Saranac Chiefs, towards the end of the first half anyways, they were playing a little more aggressive and getting a little more rougher out there, and they weren't stepping down. They were challenging the person with the ball, and they were getting a little more steals that way.
Jenks now on the sideline with the ball against Nick Bayshard. Tries to bring it in and kicked out by Nick Bayshard. And it goes out of bounds and it'll be a red throw-in. Or a white throw-in, excuse me. Andy Matat now with the ball. Tries to bring it back and number 12, Vervilles, kicks it out.
Another reason why Saranac having a tough time break through this defense for Northeastern is the halfbacks for Northeastern are doing a great job getting back, helping their defense recover, and they're just collapsing and making it really hard for the Saranac Chiefs to find their players.
Max Mailhot with a nice rush there. But the Chiefs now have the ball on the far side. Number 9 has it. Sneal. Sneal. Or Snell, whatever. Jeanette with the ball. Kicks it up. Kicked into the zone. Velasco with the ball now. Tries to do a nice little move, but read by number 4. Bowen kicked out. Jansen headed over. And then Jansen boots it out. Number 10, Jenks chasing. Then the Cougars kick it out. Casey Guerin kicks it out. Then booted back by Sneal. Matat now with the ball, brings it to the middle, crosses it over to Corey Tremblay. Tremblay now has the ball. Then taken away by number 7. Oh. As number 7 tries to bring it out, it's kept in by Chris Matat. And now it's going to be a throw in Cougars. Corey Tremblay throws it in. Number 5 has it. Milo Marnes brings it up. Had Changwell coming behind him, gets it up to Thompson. Thompson brings it over to no one on his team, and Chris Matat now has it. Tries to bring it back in. Kicks it over to Tremblay, but then taken away by number 7. Then headed over to number 18, Tony Dubray. And it goes off Jenks, and it'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Nick Bayshard to throw it in, throws it in to Andy Matat. Matat gives it back to Bayshard, back to Matat. Matat doesn't move, and it goes out of bounds, off from Jenks again. Thrown again for Nick Bayshard, but there's a sub coming in for the Cougars. 36-25 left in the second half. Cougars are up 3-0.
No team really keeping control of the ball right now. That's kind of all over the place and a little hectic both ends of the field.
Corey Davison comes in for the Cougars with Changelo now with the ball. Gives it over to Max. Max gives it to Corey Tremblay with a nice pass, but kept out by Russell. That was a nice little feed by Max Mailhot there.
Great passing there and great talking. And they just hit the open person and they got a very good look at the shot, and unfortunately it just didn't go for him. But great play there.
Second corner for the Cougars. Andy Matat to take it. With a little trickery there as Changelo boots it a little bit, and then Matat goes and gets it. Nice little trick play by the Cougars as Changelo just pounds it a little bit forward, and then Matat acts like he's going to take the kick. One of the Chiefs read it and was talking about it, but they still didn't get over there in time. But luckily for them, it didn't work out. 7 boots it out. Jenks now with the ball. Kicks over to Milo Marnes. Marnes feeds it to 12. Verville. Taken away by Casey Guerin. Given up to Andy Matat. And then Jeremy Jeanette with the ball, number 18. Dubray chasing. And it goes out of bounds off from the Chiefs. Throw in Nick Bayshard. Nick Bayshard goes to kick out, goes out of bounds. Goes off from the Chiefs, and it's going to be a throw in for the Cougars. Jeanette throws it in. Changelo kicks it up to Tremblay. Tremblay on the sideline, brings it over, looking to cross. And a handball on the Chiefs.
Well, that was a good play by Josh Marcus. He stayed speed right with Corey Tremblay, and he did a good job from having him blow past him and get a good cross in.
Direct kick for the Cougars, taken by Jeremy Jeanette. Changelo tries to give it back to Jeanette. And it goes off from the Chiefs. Changelo to throw it in. Changelo throws it into the middle to Velasco. Headed over and taken by Russell.
A few times down here, Cougars got a little too fancy trying to just do the short pass and do a little trickery, but defense would have none of it, and That last ball right there should have been put towards the middle of the net, giving his team a chance to tap it in.
Russell punts it out and then thrown in by the Cougars. Velasco now with the ball on the far side. Gives it to Max Milhot, cuts back in. Goes to give it back to Velasco, but off from a Chiefs defender. Changelo to throw it in. Changelo throws it in now to the far side. Looks like Velasco tries to get it. Gets held back a little bit. Now it's up. And an empty net goal for Andy Matot. Now 4-0 Cougars.
Nice work there by the Cougars to pound another one in the net. Might have been a missed call there, but the ref, he knew that Northeastern still had the possession there, so Matot was right there for the easy tap in, and it's a 4-0 lead now for the Cougars.
Cougars now with a big lead, and it doesn't look so good for the Saranac Chiefs. The goal was scored by Andy Matot and assisted by Jeanette.
3 out of 4 goals tonight have been just off of nice easy tap-ins here because of nice balls put in play by their teammates.
Chiefs now with a quick break. Martin's on the far side with the ball. Gives it back to number 7.
So in this game, you got to give almost as much credit as if not just a little less to the people setting up their teammates, because those assists are coming in big and they're easy tap-ins for their teammates, and they're just doing a well job.
Little miscommunication now as the Cougars have to back the ball up about 4 yards. Velasco now take the kick. Russell trying to get his defenders to get tighter together. Crosses in, change a little, but headed out. Jenks now with the ball. Goes off from Corey Trombley, now to be headed in by, or thrown in, excuse me. And it goes out of bounds again. Another throw in for the Cougars. Nick Bayshard throws it in. Andy Matot. Matot gives it back to Bayshard. Bayshard kicks it up. Matot now has the ball. Matot gives it over to Changelo. As Changelo is taken down by number 4, Alex Bowen. Saranac fans not too happy about that. Looks like Jeanette's going to take the kick. That looks like a pretty good call by the ref. Put it into the middle. Headed out by Bowen. Then kicked out by Marnes. Bowen heads it. Jenks now kicks it into the Cougar zone. Chris Guerin with the ball. Or excuse me, Casey Guerin. Casey Guerin boots it up. And it goes out of bounds. Be a throw-in for the Chiefs. Sneal to take it.
You almost wonder now if Saranac has lost all momentum, being almost through this game, being down 4-0. We'll see about this, but I think the Cougars have got this one pretty easy. They're still fighting hard, and I'm going to find it very hard for Saranac to come back in this one.
I don't know if the momentum wasn't lost as soon as the kickoff at the beginning of the game. But it hasn't looked good for the Chiefs since the first goal for the Cougars. Velasco with the ball now. Gives it to Changelo onto the far side, and it goes out of bounds off the Chiefs. Velasco to throw it in. Throws it back to Jeanette. Then to Guerin. Now back to Velasco. Does a nice spin move. Gets it up to Changelo. Tony has the ball. Velasco calling for the ball. Gets it. Goes to kick it ahead. Then kicked out by number 2 for the Chiefs. Cross. Now a quick break for the Chiefs. As number 12, Verville gets it, but then shut down by Sample. Sample with the punt to the sideline. Corey Trombley tries to keep it in, but can't. Throwing for the Chiefs. Throws in the number 3. Nansen. And out of bounds off the Chiefs. Cougar throw in. Nick Bayshard to throw it in. Excuse me, Nate Weiss. Tony kicks it. Anthony Changelo kicks it into the middle. And Nate Weiss pushes number 9. Sneal in the back. Would have been a good break, but it gave Sneal a little shove. Kick for the Chiefs, taken by Meckin. Boot into the Cougar zone. Chiefs now have it. 6, Jansen with the ball. Crosses it, but it goes out of bounds. Goal kick for the Cougars.
Commenting there, you're just taking pictures.
Goal kick from the Cougars. Casey Guerin to take it. Changelo with the head. Kicked out by number 2, Cross. Jeanette kicks up Chris Matat. Back to Jeanette. Jeanette brings it up. Tries to give it to Corey Trombley, but a nice job by Cross to kick it out. Changelo now with the ball. Goes to give it to Velasco, but blocked by number 4, Bowen. Jordan Babby gets it and then kicked back out by number 3 of the Chiefs, and Jenks brings it up. Chris Guerin now with the ball. Now Jansen. Chris Matat with the ball, brings it to the sideline. Right at number 3, Nansen. Nansen takes it away. Nansen with the ball still. Ethan McCarthy now with the ball. Gives it to Corey Trombley. Jenks with the ball. To Velasco. Giving to Corey Trombley. Corey Trombley does some moves, goes to the outside, and taken away by number 9, Sneal.
Well, as we're almost halfway through the second half, Cougars showed no sign of let up. They're still playing hard, still keeping the ball pretty much out of their side of the field, and Saranac's just not getting the open breaks that they would hope right now.
Corey Trombley with the ball now. Kicked up by Jordan Babby. Taken by number 7, Mackin. Changelo now has the ball. Goes across in. Hits number 4, Bowen. 3 with the ball, Nansen. Gives it up to number 6, Jansen. And it goes out of bounds off from the Chiefs. Throw in by Chris Matat. 26-13 left. Scores 4-0 Cougars. Ethan McCarthy to throw it in. McCarthy throws it in. To Changelo. Changelo now takes it to the sideline. Looks like a penalty on the Chiefs on number 6, Jansen. Now to be taken by Jeanette. Jeanette with the nice cross to the middle. Goes right over Nate Weiss's head and then booted out by the Chiefs. Number 11, Kanik. Thrown in by Bobby Pieper. Chris Guerin now with the ball. Cross into the middle. Oh, right off the post with a nice shot by Anthony Changelo. Nice job by Changelo to kick that ball out of the air. But just hits the post.
Cougars still pounding hard at the net. They're getting good looks, and they're just going to keep knocking them in.
Kicked by number 7. Mackin out to the middle. Bobby Pieper now with the ball. Gives it to Southwick. Southwick doesn't move. Gives it to the sideline to Jordan Babby. Babby keeps it in. Number 7. Mackin now with the ball. Kicks it out. Taken by Matat. Matat kicks it back in. Back to Mackin. Number 3. Andrew Bayshard tries to get it. And then kicked out again. Ethan McCarthy now with the ball. Gives it to Andrew Southwick. And then taken away by Nancy and kicked out. Machado tries to get it. Barnes has it now. And then kicked over to number 11, Canick, who brings it in back to Barnes. Taken away by Jeanette.
Oh, you don't do it.
And then given to Southwick, who misses it, and then taken away by, number 7, Megan. Brings it to the corner. Crossed by the Chiefs and grabbed by Sample. Sample throws it to Peeper. Peeper gives it back to Chris Guerin. Headed out by the Cougars. 23-22 left in the second half. Be a throw-in for the Chiefs. Number 9, Sneal throw it in. Throws it into Thompson. Thompson kicks it up, then kicked out by Casey Guerin. To the sideline and out again. Sneal throw it in for the Chiefs. As the Chiefs bring in 2 subs. Sneal throws it in. Number 2 cross. Took it, gave it back. Then kicked it back in by the Cougars and out of bounds. 14 now to throw it in, Andrew Williams. Or instead, Sneal's going to take it. Sneal throws it in. Taken by Jenks. Booted in by Jenks. Taken by 12, Burville. Then kicked out by Ethan McCarthy. Then Macon tries to kick it back in. Stopped by the Cougars. Now the ball. Keeps it in. Then it goes still on the sideline. It's number 7, Macon. Chris Matot now has it. Takes it into the middle. Gives it to Andrew Bayshard on the side. 19 gets it. Braille. And then it goes out. Andrew Matot to throw it in for the Cougars, or Jordan Babby. Jordan Babby looks to throw it in as some subs come in for the Cougars. Cody Gay comes in for Nate Weiss. Headed into the middle by Andrew Bayshard. Then kicked out by Thompson and kicked back in by Babby. Taken by Russell.
With this huge lead, look for the Cougars to put in quite a few subs here towards the end of the second half, as they look to give some more playing time to the people who haven't been playing a lot, because they've had some close games and they've been coming out on top on most of them, but on all of them actually.
Yeah, as the Cougars are undefeated. Cross into the middle. Saved by Sample. 20:55 left here in the second half. Cougars are up 4-0. Cody Gay tries to get it and then booted back in by Bowen. Sample now has it. Sample with the punt now. Deep punt into the Chiefs zone and then headed out.
Come on, keep moving. Go fast.
Taken by Matot. Matot tries to bring it to the outside, but Thompson takes it.
Go to it.
Then booted back in by Mecken. McCarthy gives it to Babby. Babby to Southwick, but stolen by Thompson. Or excuse me, Braille. Chiefs now with the outside, cross it into middle, and saved by Sample.
Tyler Sample for Northeastern showing great hands in tonight's matchup, as he's not letting any balls go or really give them a second chance on shots.
Chiefs bringing 2 subs now. Be a goal kick for the Cougars. 19:35 left. Mostly backups in there for now for both teams. Goal kick by the Cougars. Headed out of bounds by 19 Braille. Thrown by Southwick. Gives it to Babby. Babby back to Southwick. Southwick goes to bring it up. Kicked out by the Chiefs. Thrown now by Babby. Babby gives it to Bayshard. Bayshard heads it. 4 now has it. 4 Bowen kicks it out. 5 Marnes now with the ball. Tries to kick it up. And it's taken by the Cougars. Jeanette. And then it goes, keeps it in bounds. Kicks it off from Marnes and thrown for the Cougars. Jeanette throws it in. Tries to give it to Pieper over his head. 14 now kicks it out. Williams. 2 now kicks it up. Kicks up to 21. Boot to the sideline. Throwing for the Chiefs, taken by number 19 Braille. To number 15 Thompson. Cross now has it. Tries to give it to Braille, but kicked out by the Cougars. Pieper now with the ball. Pieper kicks up the side. Gives it to Gay. Then kicked out by Bowen. Chris Guerin now chasing Marnes on the far side. Marnes looks across it. Guerin with a nice job on defense. And it goes out of bounds. Corner kick for the Chiefs. Going to be taken by number 7, Josh Megan. $17:33 left. Still 4-0 Cougars.
Saranac just unable to get anything started tonight due to a very fast Northeastern team and a very great defensive team in Northeastern.
Crossed by the Chiefs. And I couldn't really see that mess of people, but somehow the Chiefs put it in, and it's now 4-1 with 17:14 left.
Well, that definitely cuts into the lead a little bit, but is it enough, Ian, for a comeback here, or is it too late in the game?
It's not enough for a comeback. It's way too hard to score in soccer. And the Chiefs really haven't done anything, but this might be a spark. Never know. On the far side. Then kicked out by 19 Braille. Thrown by Babby. Throws it in the Bayshard. Then Braille gets it. And kicks it right out of bounds. Babby to throw it in.
Come on, wait.
Babby throws it in the side, the Bayshard. Heads it into the middle. Taken by number 4, Bowen. Matat has it. Gives the Bayshard. Bayshard misses it and it goes out of bounds. Be a throw in for the Chiefs. Mekin. As the Chiefs bring in 2 subs. 16:29 left. Here in the second half. Mekin throws it in now. Gives it to 16. Tom Tammer. Stanton now brings it up and then kicked out by the Cougars. Bayshard has it.
Northeastern doing a great job working the middle tonight. Most teams, they go to the outside, look for a cross, but Northeastern just keeping it in the middle, making good moves around their defender, and they're just passing greatly and getting good shots.
Jeanette with a kick. Kicked up by Marnes and then taken by the Cougars. Kicked up by the Chiefs and finally goes out of bounds into the Cougar zone. Thrown by Chris Guerin. Cody Gay now hits it. Marnes has it. Gives it back. And it goes out of bounds. Thrown for the Cougars. Looks like Bayshard threw it in. Chris Matat now with it. Thompson on the far side. Goes out of bounds off the Cougars. Throws it in quick. Gives it to Marnes. Given back to Stanton. Then kicked back in by the Cougars and taken out by the Chiefs as Southwick has it. Brings it to the far side. Tries to bring it deep into the Chiefs zone. Does a couple moves. Brings it up. Gives it to Bayshard with a nice pass. But just goes out of bounds. 14:30 left in the second half. Scores 4-1 Cougars. Kicked up by the Chiefs. Pieper heads it. Matot now heads it. Gives it to Southwick. Southwick gives it back to Babby. Babby brings it, gives it to Southwick. Just goes off from Southwick, tries to keep it in, but it goes out. 16, Tamron throws it in. Nope, Meccan throws it instead. Throws in the Stanton. Stanton heads it. Jeanette now with the ball. Jeanette kicks it up. Thompson now gets it, and then Matot takes it away, gives it to Pieper. Now Southwick has it. Gives it to Bayshard. Andrew Bayshard with the ball. Gives it to Babby. Matot now has it. Now Thompson takes it up. And then kicked out by Ethan McCarthy. McCarthy has it again, kicks it out, and it goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Chiefs. Thompson to throw it in. Thompson throws it in. Kicked in by Bowen. Then kicked out by the Cougars. Then kicked back in by the Chiefs, but it goes out of bounds. Number 2, Cross kicked it in. Be a throw in for the Cougars. McCarthy throws it in. Gives it to Bayshard. Bayshard goes to give it to Matot. Matot brings it in. Matot kicks it up. Bowen kicks it out now. As Thompson takes it. Then kicked out by McCarthy. Cougars backup doing a nice job so far. Southwick has it.
Give it back. Give it back to her.
Tries to put it between Meccan's legs, but taken away. Now Southwick has it again. Trips on the ball. Meccan kicks it in to Thompson. To Matot. Matot gives it over to Gay. Pieper now chasing.
Good hustle, Bobby.
Pieper with bets on the far side. Throw it for the Cougars. As 2 subs for the Cougars and 2 for the Chiefs come in. 11:52 left. Throw in for the Cougars. Pieper to throw it in. Taken by the Chiefs. Kick now for the Cougars. Looks like a handball. Direct kick now, taken by Chris Guerin. Guerin puts it on net and saved by Russell. Russell now rolls it to Sneal. Sneal takes it up by himself. Taken away by 18. Dubry. And now out of bounds will be a Cougar throw-in. Chris Guerin to throw it in. Guerin throws it in. Headed. Gives it to Matot.
Cougars do not miss much when they go to the bench, as they are very deep in the lineup, as pretty much any one player has got great speed and can fill in any spot when needed.
Brought in by the Cougars, then kicked out. Chris Guerin now with the ball. Pushed it over and then taken away by the Chiefs. Jenks tries to take it. Be a kick for the Chiefs. Number 6 to take it, Jansen. Jansen now take the kick with 10:05 left. Jansen tries to put it on net, and it goes way over. Be a goal kick now for the Cougars as they switch goalies. Caleb Sheets now comes in for goal for the Cougars. And Saranac brings in a couple of subs. Kicked out by Casey Guerin. Headed by Dubry. Goes out of bounds. Saranac throw-in. Or Cougar throw-in. Guerin to throw it in. Or kick it. Babby on the side. Goes to keep it in and goes out. 13 just went out of bounds, jumped through a crowd of people.
As we just entered under 10 minutes left in this game, nothing really happened for either side. They're just Northeastern playing a prevent and Saranac just too far behind to really even get into this game.
Yeah, this game is pretty much over now with only 8:23 left. Kicked out by Saranac. McCarthy now has it. Goes to bring it in, but taken away by Jenks. Jenks brings it into the middle. Davis is down with the ball. Kicks up the middle. Andrew Bayshard with it. Goes, feeds it to Max Melhot, and then kicked out by Meckin. Back to Matot. Cougars looking to add another one, and then kicked out by Cross. Headed by McCarthy. Davison with the ball in the middle. Gives it to the outside to Pieper. Pieper tries to give it up to Gay. And now Chris Guerin with the ball, keeps it in. The Gay. Kicked up Pieper to get it. And it goes out of bounds, throwing Bowen. Bowen throws it in. Pieper with the ball. Cross into the middle. Saved by Russell before Mailhawk could get to it. As Mailhawk hits the ground hard.
Great job by Russell to come out and get that ball. It was clearly his ball, and he just did a good job to cover up that one. As he's played a very decent game tonight. He's just got unlucky a few times early in this game as a few bounced off him, and they've been easy, cheap goals for Northeastern.
Yeah, mostly rebound goals tonight for the Cougars. But a goal's a goal. 6:40 left. Score still 4-1. 6 has it. Jansen, and he falls, and that's going to be a penalty on Mailhot. Back in to take the kick. Meckin boots it up. Looks to get headed by the Chiefs. Looks to go out of bounds, but Caleb Sheets keeps it in. Now to punt it. With the big punt by Caleb Sheets. Giving over to Meckin. Kicks it to the middle. To Bowen. Todd now with the ball.
Northeastern getting a little sloppy here, getting some unneeded penalties here. They just need to just keep control of the ball and just pass it around, and they really don't need to be going hard and taking out players at this point in the game.
Kicked up by the Chiefs. Bowen now with the ball. A shot. Saved by Sheets. Throws it to Matot. 13 now with the ball. Dookie. Kicked out of bounds. It'll be a Cougar throw-in.
Well, we're down to exactly 5 minutes here left in this game, and Northeastern deserves this game. They came out, played well from the start, and they just haven't let up the whole game. As they're up 4-1, it looks like they're going to walk away with another victory and continue their undefeated streak here. And it's a well-deserved victory here tonight for the Cougars.
Thrown in by the Cougars, Jordan Babby. Kicked in by Saranac. Then kicked out by the Cougars. 6 heads it back in. Kicked out again. Max Mailhot chasing with a lot of speed. Goes to get it, but it's kicked out of bounds. Jordan Babby now to throw it in. Jordan Babby throws it into the middle. Cougars now with the ball. Davison has it. Mailhunt now has it. Looks for a shot and shoots it wide. 4 minutes left. Goal kick for the Chiefs. Scores 4-1. Goal kick now taken by Meccan. Kicked into the middle. Chiefs now with the ball on the far side. Brings it up into the Cougar zone. Now kicked out. Cougars now with the ball again in their own end. Chiefs have it. Thompson with the ball. Gives it to 12. Burville. Burville cuts back in the middle. Puts a shot on and saved by Sheets. 3:13 left now. Sheets with the punt. Headed out by the Chiefs. Max Milhon now with the ball. It's thrown away by Jansen. Then kicked back in. Nick Bayshard now kicks it out. Kicked back in by Jansen. Then headed out by the Cougars. Chiefs throw it in. The Jansen. Malhot with the ball. Brings it to the side. Kicked out by the Chiefs. Babby to throw it in. 2:23 left. Bayshard now has it. Then Meccan kicks it out. 18 now with the ball. Dubray. Kicked back into the Cougar zone and then kicked out by Nick Bayshard. Pieper now with the ball. Kicks over to the far side. Then kicked back in by 13. Dookie. Then kicked out by the Chiefs. Will be a throw-in for Babby. 1:52 left. Bayshard with the ball. Melha has it. Gives it back to Bayshard. 3 versus 3 as Nansen and Bayshard try to get it, and then it goes out off from Andrew Bayshard, and now it's going to be a throw-in by Jansen. Davison now with the ball. And that will be a kick for the Cougars as Guerin to take it. Casey Guerin. 1:11 now left. With a nice cross into the middle. And it's taken by Russell.
As there's 1 minute left in the game, and you gotta think it's gonna end up 4-1. And Dale Hawksby has gotta be happy with the way his team played tonight. They just came out and played a hard-won soccer game tonight.
Cody Gay now brings it in. 36 seconds left. Malhot takes it, and it goes out of bounds. Saranac looking to throw it in. 3 Nansen to throw it in. Throws in the Jenks. Jenks with the ball. Takes it on the sideline. Only 20 seconds left. And it's kicked out by the Cougars. Thrown for the Chiefs with 14 seconds left. Or thrown for the Cougars. Throws it in. Only 10 seconds left now.
And that's the way it was here on Hometown Cable, as Northeastern's going to walk away with this victory and keep their undefeated streak alive. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's broadcast. And that's the way it was, as Cougars are going to walk away staying undefeated, and we hope you have enjoyed our broadcast of Champlain Valley Athletic Conference High School Soccer. And we just want to thank you once again for watching us. We hope you will look forward to other future programming from us. And for Ian Lapeer, I am Ryan Armstrong, reminding you that tonight's final score was Northeastern 4 and Saranac 1. Also want to give a shout out to our great cameraman, Josh Bayshard. And if you have any complaints, he's the man to see. This has been an all-student production of the Cougar Sports Network in cooperation with Hometown Cable.